to move from a bad system to a better system, and countries which have the greatest improvement in these reforms have achieved the best results. And also countries which were lucky enough to avoid irresponsible policymakers which have been producing macroeconomic accidents. So these more or less the main lessons stemming from Central and Eastern Europe. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I understand we are entering the most interesting part of every meeting, which is a discussion. Thank you.
Vamos a solicitar la colaboración de todos para hacer la ronda de preguntas. El mecanismo es el siguiente. Vamos a hacer rondas de 3 preguntas al profesor Balcerowicz y luego el profesor va a ir respondiendo grupos de 3 en 3. El micrófono está allí, así que las personas que quieran hacer preguntas, por favor, traten de progresivamente acercarse al micrófono. Gracias.
Buenas. Bueno, muchísimas gracias por dejarnos también esta parte de discusión. En una...
Identifíquense, por favor, en un momento.
Okay. Mi nombre es Luis Fernando Pardo, estudio Ingeniería Civil. ¿La hago en inglés? Okay. Mi nombre es Luis Fernando Pardo, estudio Ingeniería Civil. En un momento... I'll ask you in English.
That would be great. Good.
Okay.
I understand everybody understand English.
Okay, my name is Luis Pardo. I'm a student of civil engineering. My question is, in the transition in a country like Venezuela from socialism to capitalism, I see like you're very set on capitalism. But do you think we could make such a transition without any type of subsidy and government intervention in health, infrastructure, and education?
Oh, but I try to explain what are the features of bad capitalism. I can repeat: isolation, fiscal responsibility, lack of competition, high inflation. So if you have these features, even one, you have bad capitalism. On the other hand, if you've got open economy, good protection of property rights, low inflation, if you have macroeconomic stability, then you achieve growth, and you can have also health service. This is not ruled out. And countries of Latin America, which I have mentioned, Chile, Costa Rica, Mexico, especially Chile, Costa Rica, they have their own health service. So health service, if you want to target it by taxation, you can. So this is not excluded. But to have good services, you have to have strong economy. If you have a weak economy, you can't finance. You can just, it's impossible.
Good afternoon, Professor. It's It's an honor to have you here. And again, thank you very much for your clear exposition. This is more a conceptual question than anything else. You have put out very clearly that socialism that has been criticized for its practical results. But I think the problem of socialism goes beyond that. Is ignoring human nature. The problem is that they thought they will be able to fulfill their expectations, and they are not. The same way you put out in respect to democracy, you don't have any other solution than going to a totalitarian kind of regime. In the other side, for us, the people that believe in free enterprise, capitalism in general, we know that there are some imperfect markets in the world. At the end of World War II, the ordoliberals in Germany, they made the German miracle, and they said it was no miracle. It was just good economic policy, as you mentioned. They recognized certain amount of state intervention in some aspects. Here comes the hard part. Where do you think is the dividing line? How much and under which conditions the state intervention should be allowed? Thank you.
Well, it's a fundamental question. On the first issue, socialism is always bringing bad results because it is against human nature. This is the result, against, very. Because people like to have some freedom. And if they are deprived of freedom, you can't have competition, innovation, and these are the driving forces. So this is because there's such a thing as a human nature, and whenever you have socialism, regardless of national culture, sooner or later you are going to have a disaster. This is guaranteed. This is a comment. On the second issue, it so happened that before I had a chance to unexpectedly to be in charge of reforms in Poland, I spent some time in Germany, and I studied the so-called social market economy, soziale Marktwirtschaft. What was this social market economy? It was a name invented by liberals to save capitalism. Why? Because after the Second World War, in Europe there was a belief that the Soviet model works. Many people believe that the Soviet model works because the Soviet Union has beaten the Germany. And the weaknesses of the Soviet model were not widely known. As a result, even the Christian democratic countries in their programs have strong elements